Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, November 19th, 2019, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, the Dow took a little pullback and rest today, down 102 points. It always amuses me a little when the Dow does this and we have a fantastic day. Sometimes I think we probably would do better if the Dow goes down than if it goes up. I don't know if that's true, but anyway, we had our best day in November so far. I'm going to be a little bit cautious of that because about half our profits um, are open trade. We started out the day with the open trade equity right after the open being over $30,000, and we ended up closing out over $15,000, but we have carryovers, and with the carryovers, we're up over $13,000 in our open trade. So I think it's legitimate to add those two numbers together and come up with, as things stand right now, we made 28,000, but again, keep in mind that over 13,000 of that is still open trade. So we got to wait until tomorrow before we can really congratulate ourselves on a great day or two. But I'm very happy about this. Believe me, because it's been kind of rough for us, and we haven't had many of these really good days. But today was definitely one. I'll show you just a couple of the stocks that really performed for us today. This first one is DRIP, which is inverse oil and gas exploration, and we had bought this yesterday on a gap up, and it closed mildly profitable yesterday, but it gapped up again this morning, and we got out right here. I hope you can see that, but we took over $6,000 in profits right there, and then 30 minutes later we re-entered the thing, and we didn't make a huge amount of money on the re-entry, but we have about $1,000 open trade in DRIP on the re-entry. So put those together, yeah, we're well over $7,000 today in DRIP. So that's just great. Now to tell you the biggie here, and this is, we haven't had too many of these lately, and it really hurts. These are the kinds of trades that really push us over the finish line, and they happen to us all the time. I mean, we take a lot of trades. We take a lot of little trades and crappy trades and everything else, but it's getting these big ones that really make a difference. And I've said before, about 70% of our profits come from about 5% of our trades. This is a 5%er. By the way, the DRIP trade I just showed you is a 5%er too. But anyway, this was a big one. This is MDCO, which is the medicines company, and we had bought this yesterday. It popped up there. We got into it. We did close profitably on this. I might even showed you this chart yesterday, but look at this huge gap this morning through the roof, and it did back off some, but even with that back off, we're holding over $15,000, $15,600 in open trade equity in the medicines company. So that looks real good. Anyway, I had somebody on Stock Twits messaged me, "How did you know about the buyout?" And of course, I knew nothing about the buyout. But as often happens, our algorithm will catch things like news, insider news that nobody else is supposed to know about, because stock prices move up because of insider buying. Don't ever think that this industry is honest or above board. It's not. It's just corrupt as hell. And you can't have a buyout in the medicines company without people knowing about it ahead of time. And maybe uh, the directors of that company, they know they can't go in and start buying this thing when they know about that, because that they could get in legal problems. But hey, maybe somebody tells their brother-in-law about it, or somebody tells their aunt about it, and they go out and they buy this thing the day before, knowing they're going to make a bundle, and that drives price up. And our algorithm, senses this buying, and it gets us in the stock. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. I didn't know anything about a buyout, but since the algorithm got us in, bammo, we're over $15,000 with this trade on the open this morning, and it looks as solid as a rock here. I'm not worried about this thing selling off. We'll get out of this tomorrow and take a very nice profit in the medicines company. So very pleased about that. Anyway, good day. I'm very pleased. This is Trader Bob signing off. Be back here tomorrow on Wednesday.